Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get rid of with me and sort of like a summer recap. So I'm just gonna do my makeup, chill a bit, talk to you about what I've been up to this summer, because you probably haven't noticed, but during the spring I was kind of strict with my uploading schedule, and I was posting like Mondays and Thursdays mostly, and then like a few extra videos here and there. But then during the summer I've been super all over the place, so sometimes I've been posting like one video a week, and sometimes I will post 3 videos 3 days in a row, and then it will go another week before I post another video, and then it's just been all over the place. So if you have been wondering what I have been up to, I'm gonna talk a bit about that as well. I did start filming this get rid of with me like 20 minutes ago, and then I did a look that I was not happy with at all. So here we are, I'm gonna start over, and today I'm gonna use the 3 palettes that I have in my throwing shade. So I might film the throwing shade update after I'm done with my makeup, or after I'm done filming this. But the first is the Juvia's Place Magic palette. Second palette is the Venus palette by Lime Crime, and the third palette is this sleek palette in the shade Acid, or the name of this one is called Acid. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So it has some like neon shades, and then you have some like blues and grays, and then some pinks and purples. But yeah, those are the 3 palettes that I'm gonna be using. But let's start with priming my eyes. So I'm gonna prime them like I have been doing lately. So I'm gonna take this Maybelline Instant Age Eraser, and then I'm just gonna apply that to my eyes. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but as I said, I'm just gonna take this and apply some to my eyes, just like this, a bit sloppily. And then I'm gonna take this Zoeva brush, and I'm gonna dip it into this Nabla cream eyeshadow in Morning Glory, and then I'm just like doing like this, kind of getting it on my brush, and then I am using that to blend out the concealer. So I get kind of like a mixture between the cream eyeshadow and then the concealer. And why I do that is because I think the base is better that way. I think the cream eyeshadow is a bit dry by itself, and I think that the concealer is not like thick enough to act as an eyeshadow base by itself. So that is why I do the mixture. I might be able to use the concealer by itself, but I'm currently panning like both of them. But I'm panning the cream eyeshadow, and I don't like to use it by itself, that's why. And I like how it performs. So now that I'm looking super crazy and that is blended out, I'm gonna take a flat Zoeva brush, and this is dirty because I just used it for a completely different look. But now I'm gonna go into the Venus palette by Lime Crime, and I'm just gonna take this shade right here, which is called Muse. It's red burgundy shade, and I'm gonna take that on the flat brush and put it, or just pack it on my eyelid. This is a really pretty shade. It's like a true kind of red, and then when you blend it out it turns a little bit pink. But yeah, I'm packing that on my outer corner, and then I'm kind of bringing it into the crease. A bit of a lighter application here on the inside, and then heavier here on the outside where I want the most intensity. I think I'm just gonna do one eye at a time, so please excuse if this kind of creases concealer. But I'm just gonna wipe my brush off on a towel that I have in my lap, and then when it's less product on the brush, I'm gonna just gently go over the edges like this, and just kind of diffuse them a little bit, just so that they are not so harsh. Then I'm gonna go into the Magic palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is called Kogi, and I'm gonna take that on this BH Cosmetics brush. This is number 8, and I'm gonna put that sort of on the edge. This also kind of blends out. I just wiped the brush on the towel in my lap, but this also blends out kind of pink. Like it looks really red in the pan. wiping because I want to be careful that I don't blend this too far, because it's like a red shade. And I don't want it to go all the way up to my brow bone. So I've only dipped into the shadow once, and then I have kind of slowly moved my way up towards my brow bone. But now I'm gonna dip into it again and get more intensity here. So I want to like start in the crease, and then I want to work my way up and kind of blend it out, and then I want to go back in with the other colors to get like the seamless blend that I want. So I go back and forth between the colors, but I like start in the crease and then I kind of go gradually go outwards or upwards. Oh, this was a get rid of me, I totally forgot. But yeah, so this summer I have barely been at home. I've been like doing a lot of fun things, and I did talk a little bit about it in my roulette pan collab, like the third update. I talked about how Rebecca came to visit, and that was super fun. And because of that, my boyfriend and I sort of hosted a midsummer's party for my friends. So if you want to see a bit like pictures and stuff from that, you can just check out my third update to the roulette pan collab. But that was amazing. That was like the best start to the summer you could ever have. And yeah, that was just amazing. And then we like stayed at my parents' place the entire week before Midsummer's as well. That is on a Friday, but we stayed there the entire week to kind of prepare for the party. But then we went home on the Sunday after Midsummer's back to Lund where we live, and then on the Friday after that we went up to Stockholm. So my boyfriend is from Sollentuna, which is a kind of city just north of Stockholm. So we went there and we like visited his friends or our friends. On the Saturday we had like a big party where we had like a volleyball tournament, but I didn't take part in that this year or like compete, because the last two like years I have participated, I have lost, and you get like a prize for winning. I will put up a picture, but then you also get kind of like a loser's prize for losing, and that is like a can of beer, like 50 centiliters of beer that have like a high alcohol percentage, and then they put it out when we start playing, which is like 1 p.m. and the like finale is usually around like 7 or 8 p.m. So then it has been out in the sun the entire day, and it's so disgusting, and you have to drink that before you're allowed to get off the field where you're playing. So yeah, I've lost like 2 years, and I was not about to lose a third year, so I decided to just not participate. But I'm gonna participate next year hopefully, and maybe practice a bit before, hopefully. But yeah, that's a super fun. And then afterwards we had like a party, which was super fun. And then we stayed in Stockholm that week, but we went out to my boyfriend's kind of summer home. It's very like patchy out here, but I can't get it to not be patchy, so we're just gonna leave it for now. But yeah, so then we went out to my boyfriend's summer home, and we stayed there for like a week, or almost a week, and it was super nice. It was so relaxing. It's so beautiful out there. It's like an island, and they don't have any roads on that island. Like you can only get there by, I'm just taking like a skin tone color and then a white color. But yeah, as I said, it was super relaxing. My boyfriend's brother and his girlfriend also stayed with us in the summer home, and it was just super nice and very, as I said, very relaxing. I was reading a lot and just having a good time. And then the weekend after that, that's why we like stayed that week, because the weekend after that we also had a party in Stockholm, and then it was a friend that had graduated and also her birthday party. so we celebrated her, which was really fun. And then we went back to Lund again after that weekend, and then we stayed home for almost a week, and then the next weekend we went to an island outside of Sweden's like coastline, the biggest island in Sweden, which is called Gotland, because my boyfriend's sister just moved there this year and like working there, and so we visited her, and his mom and his big brother and his girlfriend also went there to visit, so it was super nice as well. One of the days we went to like an island where the entire island is like a nature preserve, so it was super cool how the like nature on that island was completely different from the big island, because it had been like completely preserved, and it was like a lot of birds. They had been doing a lot of like preserving the birds. It was one of the oldest nature preserves in the world, like I think it's the Yellowstone National Park in the US. That is that in the US? Well, that one is older, but just a few years, and then they were really like early with making this a nature preserve, because they wanted to preserve the birds, because there was a lot of hunting of the birds. But yeah, it was super cool, and there was this super cool cave that we walked into, and yeah, that was really nice. And then yeah, the entire stay was just really nice on the island. And then we got home on the Wednesday, so we stayed there like Saturday through to Wednesday, and then we got home, and then 2 days after we left to go to my parents' place. And then we had like a crayfish party, which was super fun. It was just me, my boyfriend, my mom, dad, and my grandma, and we had crayfish. I know a lot of people feel like get a bit squirmy about crayfish, because, or not squeamy, I guess, squeamy about crayfish, because it's literally like the whole animal that you just pull apart and eat. But I've been eating it like my entire life, so, and it's just like 1 day a year. It would probably have been worse if it was more than like 1 day a year, because it's kind of a tradition to have like one crayfish party in August or like early September. But yeah, that was super fun. And then I stayed the entire week. My boyfriend went home again because he had to work, but I stayed the entire week, and then my mom and dad was also on vacation, so we had a lot of fun that week, and like went shopping and just having a good time. We went to this really cool restaurant in Halmstad, which was kind of like it's called like an Asian fusion restaurant, so kind of like a mix between, I guess, Scandinavian or like, yeah, I don't know, but kind of like a mix of, yeah, I guess Scandinavian or European and like Asian. And it was really cool. Like the place was really cool, and the food was really good, and yeah, I would totally go back. It was called like Bank of Asia, so if you're ever, or what's it called, or Asian, yeah, I can't remember, but if you're ever in Halmstad, you should go there. But now I'm just taking Suba from the Magic palette, and I'm gonna put that kind of on the center of my lid. Should I put it? Yeah, I'm gonna put it like all over the inner half of my lid, because it was really pretty. Kind of like a peachy pink. I also bought like a sewing machine before Midsummer's, because like my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend, she had made this, like, I don't know, I will insert a picture. She had made really pretty ones, and for like a party we went to there in December, so I wanted to do that for our party also, or like for Midsummer's, but she did it out of like paper, and I couldn't find a paper, like wrapping paper, and I couldn't find a wrapping paper that was the right colors either. I wanted something white with like flowers on it, or I wanted yellow and blue, because it's like the Swedish colors, and we often have like blue and yellow on just like Midsummer's on that celebration. So I wanted either of those and I couldn't find it. So I kind of googled for like wax oilcloth, I guess, yeah. So I looked that up in like yellow and blue and I found it, so I purchased that, and then I kind of cut out these triangles or like diamond shapes, and then I like folded them into into triangles, and then I was gonna just kind of staple them together, but then when I got them and then I cut them out and I put so much time into that and they were so pretty, I was like, nah, I think I have to like sew them together with a sewing machine, and I didn't have one, so I purchased one. So I bought a sewing machine for making those, and then I've been like thinking of projects I can do with my sewing machine. So if you have any like starter friendly, like amateur friendly sewing projects, let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. But so the week that I was home at my parents' place, I decided to sew like a bag, like a tote bag. And so I did one for my grandma, which was like Leo printed one, and then I also made one as kind of like a practice one with like a black and then green like leaves on it. But I'm gonna make more of those because I have a lot of that fabric. It was really inexpensive. I'm just going back into this color to kind of blend a bit. Okay, so I think that looks kind of okay. I'm just gonna do the same on the other eye, and then I'm gonna kind of clean this up a bit and then we can start on the face. Okay, so I know I said we were gonna do the face, but because I'm extra, I'm gonna do something first. I'm try something first. We're gonna take this pigment pomade by Revolution Pro, and this is in the shade Classic Red, and then I'm gonna do a wing liner, and then hopefully I'm gonna put some glitter on it because this is an extra. So I'm gonna try and just do a wing with this, and then I'm gonna try and put this on it. I might have to put like a glitter glue on top of the wing liner. And I've never tried this before, it's still in the box, so we will have to see how this goes. But here it is. It's like a true red. It might be too light, but we'll try it. I have one that is like darker that we can try if we want to. So I just have like an angle brush. Okay, and then let's try to do a wing. It doesn't have to be super like opaque, since we're gonna put the glitter on top. That's actually working pretty nicely. It is blending a bit with the eyeshadow underneath, so it's a bit darker than when it first like goes on, or it is in the pot. But I'm doing a pretty thick lip liner since I'm gonna put glitter on top. I'm probably gonna end it right here, so it's not, so I don't cover any of this eyeshadow right here. I want to keep my eye like open. So I'm gonna take this from the Makeup Revolution, I guess it's like a glitter palette, and this is in the shade Abracadabra. But I'm gonna take this one, which is Illusion, and kind of put it on top. Kind of pat swiping it on, so I'm not like completely patting and I'm not completely swiping. I'm kind of pat swiping. It kind of makes the rest look a bit dull, but it does look cool. So I'm gonna do the other eye. Now I can move on to the face. So first I'm just gonna take this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I'm just gonna put like a few dots around my face, and then I'm gonna blend them out with a sponge. This has been my preferred way of like applying this primer lately, because it gives a little bit more like moisture because I feel like sometimes that primer can be a bit like flat, I guess. But this way I just enjoy it more. Now I'm just gonna apply a few pumps of this L'Oreal Lumi Magic foundation on my face. Like that. And then I'm gonna take kind of the equal amount of this LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation, and this is in the shade Nude Beige. And this is a bit darker and this is a bit lighter. And then I'm just gonna kind of squirt it. I have been enjoying like using more foundation lately, especially for like filming and taking photos. But yeah, that was my summer, so now my plans for the next couple of weeks is that I'm off, and then hopefully in the beginning of September I'm gonna start a new job, which is really exciting, and hopefully like in the beginning it might be a bit too much to keep up with my channel and my new job and all of that, but I'm hoping to get back to it, or I'm hoping to not have to like leave my YouTube channel, but like you never know how much like energy that will take and all of that, so yeah, just so you know. But yeah, that's super exciting, and I'm just, yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm also gonna try out like like, if you don't know, before I started studying, I've been studying for, I just graduated earlier this year, like in January, and before that I have been studying for like 5.5 years. And before studying I used to work with horses, and before that I had like my own horses for like almost 10 years. So when I started studying I had to like sell my horse, and so I haven't been doing much like horseback riding ever since I sold my horse when I was like 21, so like 5 years ago. But I'm super excited to get back into it now that I'm not studying anymore. I just didn't have, like, I probably had the time, I just didn't have the like mental capacity, I guess, to do both. And then also when studying I did a lot of like volunteer work for like the student union, not like we had like a smaller, it's called a guild, like that I was in the board for, and then I had different positions like of photography. I did like, I photographed like events and stuff, and then I was like head of communications kind of in our guild, so I did like the newsletter every week for, yeah, our student union kind of, or the guild. And yeah, that was cool, but it took a lot of work. So now I'm gonna, no, I need to do concealer first before I said it. So I'm gonna take a bit of the Maybelline concealer, and I'm gonna put that kind of under my eyes where I have the darkness, and a little bit on the tip of my nose, a little bit on my chin, and like my cupid's bow. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this MAC concealer, which is too dark for me. This is in NW25, but I'm just squirting out a tiny bit on my finger and then just kind of rubbing them together and kind of patting on top, because the Maybelline concealer is a little bit too light for me and a little bit too light coverage, so I like to mix those two. And I also want to make like an effort to use that MAC concealer up. Yeah, but as I said, I want to get back into horseback riding, so I'm actually going on Sunday. I'm gonna like try out the horse. I don't know when this video will go up. This is just, I haven't planned it. I just kind of wanted to do it, so I'm not completely sure when this goes up. But on Sunday, the Sunday after I'm filming this, I'm gonna go and like try out the horse to kind of go riding with that a few days a week, or like several days a week, just to get back into it, because then eventually I want to have like own my own horse again and like compete. I used to compete a bit when I had my horses, and that was really fun, so I would love to do that again. So I'm just setting my under eyes with this powder right here from my Smashbox trio. Just patting or like setting my T-zone a bit with that as well. And I like to set it here where I have like pores, because it makes them look smaller. To set the rest of my face, I'm gonna take this Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I'm just gonna take like a kabuki brush and just dig it in there, and then just set like the perimeters of my face where I did not put the other powder. I like set my neck where I put the foundation. For bronzer, I'm gonna dip back into this Smashbox trio, and I'm gonna take a MAC 135 brush, and I'm gonna go kind of lightly, because with a darker foundation I don't feel like I need as much bronzer. It feels like it should be the other way around, so that when you're, or I don't know, I just feel like when I have a bit of a tan like this, I don't really need that much bronzer, but when I'm like pale, I always like load on the bronzer, and I'm always wearing like a ton of bronzer. I also switched to this brush. I used to use another brush, like a complexion brush from e.l.f., but that one is like denser, and this one is more like looser, so I don't get as like heavy application as the other one. For blush, I'm gonna go into this palette from Makeup Revolution, and I'm gonna use this one, which is in my whole collection Product 10 pan, and I have repressed it just recently, so I'm gonna dip into that and put that on my cheeks. I haven't done an update for that product. I'm not gonna do one this month. I think I did one last month, and I've been like doing it every other month recently, because I just don't feel like I have enough progress to show in that project like every month. Just applying some of that blush. It looks really pretty now that I have a bit of a tan. I like it a lot more now that I have a bit of a tan. I've liked it before as well. It's just prettier now, I think. I'm just taking a gel fiber brush and sort of blending. Okay, so highlighter. What do I want to use for highlighter? Let's go with this one. This is the MAC Soft and Gentle. I haven't used this in quite a while, but it's a really pretty highlighter. Although it's not cruelty free, so I'm just taking a bit on my forehead as well, because I like the way it looks. I think it's pretty. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my brows really quickly off camera, and then I will be back. Okay, so let's finish off this face. So let's start, or I guess it's only the eyeshadow left. So I'm just gonna go into this shade right here, which we used before, and I'm just gonna run that along my lower lash line. No! I forgot. I had a plan for my lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm gonna dip into the Acid palette, because I haven't used this in this look yet. But as I said, this is what it looks like on the inside. And I'm just gonna take a bit of the pink right here, and I'm just gonna put that on like the inner half of my lower lash line. And I think I'm gonna try and make it like a... Wait. I'm gonna go into this one first. This is the Magic palette by Juvia's Place. I don't know why I said that. I've used it so many times, but I'm gonna take this shade, which is called Ocean. I have no idea. And I'm just gonna put that kind of on my inner corner and kind of bring it a little bit on along my lower lash line right here. Then I'm gonna go into the Acid palette, and I'm gonna take this pink with an angled liner brush, or an angled liner brush, an angled brush. And then I'm gonna try and make kind of like a line. Not my best work. But then I'm gonna extend that kind of towards the middle or like center of my eye. Let's go back into the Lime Crime palette and take Muse again. Then I'm just gonna put that on like the outer half. I'm having a bit of like glitter fallout, so I think I should have used like a glitter glue on top of the Pro Pigment to make the glitter stick a bit more. Now I'm going to apply some mascara. I might not apply lashes. You guys seem to like the look I did a few days ago, even though I didn't have any lashes on. And I'm just gonna leave my, or I'm not gonna, it's like night, so I'm just gonna take it off after. For lips, I think I'm gonna do this Sephora cream lip stain in the shade 09, which I think is called Watermelon Slice. And this is also in my whole collection, Project 10 Pan. So it's a very pink color. Doesn't really go with the look. I might not try and talk when I'm applying my lipstick. I might take some of this Colourpop More Better. See if I can apply some of that. So yeah, that was it for this look. Here is the finished result. I'm actually kind of happy with how it turned out, and I think the liner really gave it something extra. I did learn to put a glitter glue underneath the glitter liner. I think I've actually done this mistake once before and I said the same thing. Like, now I know next time I need to put a glitter glue underneath. But apparently I didn't learn that time, so hopefully I will this time. And then, yeah, as I said, here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me. I hope it's not too long. Hopefully I will be able to edit down a bit, but yeah. Let me know what you have been up to this summer. I would love to know down in the comments. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!